Hello. I just wanted to come on here today, sharing something that came in my mind. It was like a phrase, basically, and the phrase is basically, "Your mind is not your body, and your body is not your mind." And the phrase came about because I had two conversations with somebody, and the first conversation was about basically, they was experiencing a lot of physical ailments in their body to a point they had to be hospitalized. And then the second conversation was about a lot of things that this person is doing. And when I tell you what the person is doing, they're doing a lot. And so when I say that your mind is not your body and your body is not your mind, what I mean is that, we desire to do a lot of stuff. We want to do a lot of things, and our body needs to be respected. We need to create times, we need to create boundaries, and then we need to implement times of rest. And the reason is this, because if we keep pushing ourselves, even though our bodies are saying we don't want to, but we are continually in our mind thinking that I'm going to do it anyway, we're going to eventually see the negative implications of that, the negative consequences of that, which is exhaustion, which is, you being very highly stressed, being put in positions where now you're being it's like now you don't want to be in it no more. But because you didn't create those boundaries and have that balance, it's not going to be as easy to get out of it. And so you're just creating now this loop. Now you're stuck in it, and your cortisol levels are going up. Your nervous system is being, it's basically it's attacking your nervous system. You're gonna be always stressed out. Your body's gonna start breaking down, and you're gonna be on this low frequency, and it's not gonna be good. So it's like basically we always have all these high aspirations. We always striving, we always doing. But if we don't have balance in our life, if we have not put our foot down and say, I'm not going to go outside and I'm just going to relax and spend time with the Lord. I'm going to relax and do self-care. You're going to eventually, we already know so many times people go through this thing called being burnt out, which is basically you need to take this long vacation. Now you need to withdraw from your job because you didn't do it on a regular. Because even on your days off, you did not use those days wisely. You were still on the go. You didn't give yourself time to be refreshed. You didn't stay in the bed longer. You didn't sit down quietly and meditate on the Lord. And so I just wanted to share this, that it's important to remember that just because you want to, it doesn't mean that you have to. You need to just relax and create space. This is so important, and I do believe there's a lot of people that is doing this. But for those who are still, struggling, I need you to grasp this, that just because you have it up here that you're going to do it, if you pay attention to your body and how it's affecting you, like maybe you're going to the hospital often, maybe you feel like you're having these panic attacks or whatever, that is your body telling you that I need to rest, I need to sit down, I need to be able to recuperate from all these things that are being upon me. We live in a society that is very on the go continually. In America, we continually keep on going. We want to get the latest thing. We want the latest desk. We want the latest car. We want the best house. We want all these things. But then you see people this is beautiful. People who are saying, you know what, forget all of that. I'm just going to use some of my savings, and I'm going to get myself an RV. I'm going to get myself a trailer that's costing, very, very, it's cheap basically. And they'll fix it up and they're living it because they're protected now. They understand that their inner peace is so important. And I just want to really also, basically talk to the people who believe in the Lord. If you want to spend time, if you want to feel the presence of God, you have to sit down. and spend time with you. You have to quiet yourself. You have to be okay with being quiet. And there is people I know who just have to, even when they're going to sleep, they have to hear something. It has to be something going on. Some people don't like being by themselves. This is, I'm telling you, not good, because first of all, you should love you. You should enjoy your own presence. You should enjoy, you're amazing. I don't mind. Me, I'm full time. And then on top of that, I get to spend time with the Lord. My day is already filled up. I am not lonely. And so if you have a problem with being lonely, you have to look within yourself and say, well, why do I have to feel lonely? Especially there's other people who is not feeling lonely. So it's the enemy wants to distract you. The enemy comes up with all this deception, making it seem like you're by yourself, making it seem like you need to have somebody in your life. You need to be looking at something, and you don't. He doesn't want you to be able to cultivate that still small voice. The Lord is, or that wonderful time going within and drinking from the Lord. Okay, so I just want to point out to the people who believe in the Lord and they want to experience His presence. You can. You just have to learn to stop doing so much. The story of Martha and Mary. We know Martha was doing a whole bunch of stuff, and Mary was just sitting there chilling at Jesus' feet. And Martha was trying to tell Jesus, listen, trying to tell Jesus, listen, tell Mary, she could be helping me around. And Jesus said, no, she picked the better option, basically. And he told Martha, you got a lot of stuff, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but you got a lot of stuff going on. Okay? And that is the issue. A lot of times, the body of Christ got too much going on. And I have one more story, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I remember when I used to go to this church. This church was a building, and I was yes, this is a building. They create all these ministries. When I think about it, it's mind-boggling. It's just to keep you busy. It's basically busy work. That's all it is. And so I was doing the children's ministry. I was doing the kitchen ministry. I was doing I was at the door of the greeting ministry. I was doing the prayer team. I was doing all these things. And as I kept on spending time with the Lord, I started saying, I don't want to be doing all of this. I want what the book of Acts has. I want that church. People were just going to people's houses. This building was not, this is not something the Lord told me to do. This is something that the Lord told, that's what He told the pastor to do. And so anyway, so I came to a point that I was like, you know what? I'm not going to church today. On that Sunday, I said, I'm not going to church. Because I was like, you know what, Lord? I kept on asking the Lord for a new beginning. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to that church. And I was going to that church, I'm telling you, for years. And it was good, but there's a season for everything. So anyways, I was in my house on Sunday, and I laid down on my couch, and I was relaxing, and I felt the peace of God. And I was like, okay, this is good. And after that, I did not go back to that church. And, I did go to another church, but eventually I said, I'm not going to no church building. I want to seek the Lord, and I want Him to tell me what I need to do. And then now I understand this is where a lot of believers miss it. They think it's all in the doing, but it's all in the resting. Okay? It's all in the resting, I'm trying to tell you. It is so, I'm telling you, sometimes I just be so amazed that I get to feel the Lord all the time. All the time. I get to feel the presence of God all the time. And so it's not about, if this is what you want, if you want Jesus, if you want His presence, if you sit with Him, He will give you Him. If you spend time with Him, it says, draw near to the Lord, He will draw near to you. The first step is to learn to sit down and understand that this is a relationship, and He just wants to spend time with you, and He ain't got to tell you anything. All he had to do was just let you feel that he's near you. If he speaks to you, amazing. If he don't, you still feel his presence. And in his presence, there's so much more happening anyway. You feel his joy, you feel his peace. If you're going through things, you'll start feeling that being broken off of you. It's just amazing. My life, I can't believe, I mean, I could believe it, but it's like, it's amazing. I'm so grateful. So, I just wanted to share that, just understand that it's important to have balance. Understand rest is essential. And if you leave that job, somebody else would fill that same position. So make sure you keep that in mind too. It's not all on you. It's not up to you. And if you think like that, you need to ask the Lord to deliver you from that, because it's not about you. It's not all about you either. So I just wanted to share that. God bless everybody and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.